Second. Okay, we are live. Hello, everybody. I'm glad to have you here. This is the Team Ignite Business Opportunity webinar. And we're trying to work out a couple bugs with the system here, so bear with us. But my name is Kathleen, and I have been a Beachbody coach for a little over 7 years. That's amazing to me. And it's been fantastic. This has been my home. You know, this is my tribe. These are my people, and I'm so glad I found it. I started out as just a customer, just a random customer. My husband and I ordered Power 90, which I don't even make anymore, off of the internet, and we got randomly assigned to a coach. And that was the beginning of everything. We spent about a year as just customers. We loved the results we were getting from the programs. We were just going on from one program to the next and having such a good time. And the coach that we were assigned to was this lady in Texas. We didn't know her, but she was helping us out. She was answering our questions. She was checking in on us, seeing if we needed help with anything. And we got to be pretty good friends with her just over Facebook, just through our interactions. And after about a year of doing these programs, she asked me, "Are you liking your results?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm in the best shape of my entire life, in my 40s here." And then she goes, "Are you telling other people about it?" I'm like, "Well, yeah. I mean, I've probably gotten 7 or 8 other people started on these programs since I've been doing it." She's like, "Well, you are doing exactly what a coach does. You're just not getting paid for it." So she invited me to join her team, and the rest is history. So that's how I got here. And I think you'll hear similar stories from a lot of coaches. But tonight I have 5 of my teammates on, and they're just going to share a little bit about the coaching business and what it's meant to them and how it works and what it's all about. So this is your opportunity to just hear a whole bunch of different viewpoints, and you can ask questions. I wish there was a way to ask it right on this screen, but you are welcome to post your questions on like the behind the scenes group post about this webinar, or the Ignition Control Room group. Wherever you saw the link for this, you're welcome to ask questions there, and I'll try and go back and check through them before we end so we can have some live answers to them. So what I'd like to do is, let's see, I'm going to start off and introduce a teammate of mine named Cherish. And she's going to kind of take you through what it is we do, how we actually do our jobs, how we connect with people, and what we do to get them interested and engaged in, in doing something great for themselves. So Cherish, I think you are on. You want to go for it?
Hi, everybody. I am Cherish, and I actually met Kathleen through Team Ignite. It was pretty awesome. I got to meet her in person at a Portland Super Saturday. We kind of meet quarterly to meet other coaches and talk about cool stuff and get hyped up, and it's really cool to come together as a community. I started as a coach in September of 2012. I'm aging myself, I feel like, every time I say that. But through my whole process, I have lost over 150 pounds, and that's through, well, one pregnancy, that is after my first pregnancy. And I think that just the whole community, being a stay-at-home, work-from-home mom, and all of the programs and every product that they have to offer, I couldn't ask for anything more. I honestly think that our products are top-notch, and I think that it's taught me a lot about myself and about how to grow as an individual. But what I want to talk to you guys about is how we actually connect to people. And I find it kind of funny because I never, ever, ever imagined connecting with people through Facebook. I mean, I was never a MySpace girl because I never understood it. So
now you're aging yourself. Now you're aging yourself.
Right? Right? So I didn't have one of those, if that tells you anything. That's just sad, right? But really, we share our stories. We're in this day and age, and Kathleen did a live video on her page earlier about how it's really cool that we get to connect with people all over the place through this little tiny box. And I'm staring at my phone right now, so it's a tiny little box. And there's people all over the United States. I have new friends in Canada, all across the globe, all through this little box. And we share our stories through Facebook, through Instagram, through Twitter, through any form of social media, through blog posts, through whatever means, and even in real life. I know that sounds so weird, real life, right? But you know, most of our stories, we talk a lot on social media about what we're doing that day, and you see people posting food pictures, and there's tons of foodies out there that you didn't even know that they were foodies, right? So just sharing your story about how the transformation is changing you and what you're hoping to get out of it, and sharing that vision with other people, and it means that they just connect with you, because most of the people that are on your Facebook page now, they're part of your tribe. They're family and friends that you know, and they know you. And so hearing this side of your story, they get to see yet another piece of you, and they get to see you grow in another aspect. So just sharing a story, sharing what it's doing for you, and how you're able to help other people do that as well. And the coolest thing is that we get paid to do this. Like, this is top secret here. We get paid to connect with people and have fun. Like, those are the two things I think is the coolest thing ever. I mean, who doesn't want that job, right? So that is, in a nutshell, how I feel that we connect with people. And, you know, yes, there's shirts that you can wear saying what we do and things like that, but really it's about being you. And that's the cool thing, that I don't know of any other job that you can be you and have fun doing it and get paid to do it. So it's kind of a cool thing.
True. So true. And I just want to kind of follow up what you had to say too about just, you know, the growth that you get to do. And we'll talk more about this too. But you guys, I don't know if you follow Cherish already on Facebook or anything, but she's already got this whole other gig going as like a motivational speaker almost. I mean, she is just taking this and running with it. And as you'll see, this is so not just about fitness. I mean, it's everything goes hand in hand, and mental, emotional fitness, everything, you know, relationships, everything like that. So that's the cool part, is you find out stuff about yourself that you really never knew before. And it's all because of this business. So thank you very much, Cherish. I may come back to you with more stuff, and we'll see what we can hear. So I wanted to bring up another coach of ours, Susie, and I'm not sure if she's gotten the connection yet. Susie, can you hear me, or can we hear you? If not, we'll come back and see if you can get on here later. But Susie is really great at running what we call challenge groups. And this is really our main method of helping people, supporting them and motivating them. So if for some reason she's not able to make it on the call, then we'll say some more, but I'll give her till we get to the end, and we'll see if we can get her on here. So when we talk about just, you know, all the growth that we do, the fitness and the nutrition they're kind of the tools that we use. And so I wanted to ask my friend Mindy to come on, and she is just an expert and really, really passionate about what we call personal development. Sometimes you hear it called self-help. I mean, that's kind of the commercial term for it, but it really is just personal development. So I always tell people when they're interested in doing this, you don't have to be a perfect example of fitness or nutrition by any means. You just have to be the best you that you can be. So Mindy, why don't you kind of tell us what your take on that is, and like how we integrate personal development with the whole rest of the business stuff.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. I have to say, it's kind of funny to hear myself referred to as a personal development expert. I've been in this business for about 6.5 years, and if you were to go back and look at my Facebook page, I had somebody tell me one time that my Facebook page was depressing to read and that I was an extremely negative person. And so I went back and I was looking at my wall and reading the posts that I had put there, and I went a ways back, and it was just absolutely like dark, and just which made sense because it reflected what was going on in my life. And so when I came across the Beachbody thing, like, it was kind of by a happenstance, and I won't go into all of that, but I'm just going to be blatantly honest because I'm big about being transparent. I thought it was a scam. And so I grilled the lady who is now my coach for like an hour, because it's like, how can you, I mean, I was severely overweight. I was almost 300 pounds. And I was like, how could I possibly make money, you know, helping other people get fit, and I'm losing weight myself and all that, like, whatever, you know, you can work at home, whatever hours you want. Like, it just screamed like, this is not real. Anyways, but I took an act of faith and I just kind of jumped in. And one of the requirements was personal development. And I was at a point in my life where like nobody would want to follow me. I mean, I was a mess. I was depressed and, you know, on medications and seeing counselors. And like I said, I was super overweight and all that stuff. But part of the assignment, you know, that we were supposed to do was to read personal development. So I delved into that. I read books like Failing Forward and How to Make a Difference When You Can't Find Your Keys. So just, I mean, I can't even list like all the different books that I've read, and I've been to some seminars and stuff like that. And this is kind of one of those unusual benefits that you wouldn't expect to reap from being part of something like this. That maybe people like, oh, personal development, what's the big deal about that? I am telling you right now, my entire life has completely changed. I have been through situations much more worse than I had been at the time that I first started as a coach. And had it not been for the personal development that I had put myself through because of being with this company, I would not, I have no idea how I would have made it. Seriously, I have learned to reframe my thinking in every situation, no matter how difficult it is. And, you know, you don't know my story maybe, but if you knew it, you'd be like, I don't even know how you could possibly find something positive out of this. But I have chosen to sort of like look for the silver lining in every situation. And so if I had never made a penny in this business, like, how many people go through their lives miserable and wishing things could change and wishing that they could be better or do better and just feeling stuck and frustrated and just not knowing how to change. Oh my goodness, like this has totally made a difference. If you look at my wall now, it is, you wouldn't even recognize the same person. And I mean, speaking of that, I was like not the classic, you know, a lot of people lose weight because on the products and stuff like that. I started before I had ever lost a pound in this business, and I started like posting, you know, about my journey, and people were like, wow, this is inspiring. I want to follow you. And when people told me that, I was like, what? I'm inspiring? Get out. That's crazy. It was something like, how could I do that? But for years, I was stuck in that yo-yo cycle of like losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight. And had it not been for the personal development, I would not have pushed through. You know, I would have just resolved that I was just going to stay that way, that I was stuck, and that I had been that way for so long that how could I possibly ever get out of it? But I just had it in the back of my head, no, as long as you don't fail, as long as you don't give up, you can't fail. And so I kept telling myself that. And just in this past year, I mean, 80 pounds, guys, like if you look at, I just posted a before and after picture, I think a little bit ago, and it is crazy. Like what can change if you just make the decision to, you know, this isn't the way my story is going to end. And it would have ended, and it would have gotten far worse had it not been for the personal development that I had to go through being part of this company. So life transforming. It's not just about your body, you know, because you can't change, you might be able to change your body for a little bit, but until you change the space that's between your ears, it's not going to stick. It's just a Band-Aid. And so you have to fix what's going on in your head in order for the rest of it to follow. And that includes, you know, building an income and all of that. You know, it all grows as you grow. And so it just all fits together in a beautiful way. And I am just so honored to be part of this and to be able to share a little tidbit of how it's changed my life.
That is exactly how I feel too. And man, I mean, I have followed you, you know, from the beginning. We've been friends on this team for a long time. And so I know exactly what you've been through. And so it is so inspirational that you are, you know, and just that whole thing of you're exactly right. Beachbody has figured out that it's not just a matter of doing the exercises and drinking the shakes. That won't do it for you. It's this whole coach community being there to help the people grow from the inside. That's where they get the success.
Yeah, I mean, some companies, you know, they focus on the exterior. You know, I'm not going to mention any names, but you know, there are those Band-Aid companies that focus on just squeezing areas of your body and stuff like that. And, this is truly about transforming from the inside out. And it really has to happen from the inside out. Sometimes it happens from the outside a little bit first. And then as you transform from the inside, then the outside kind of follows a little bit more. And for me, it was kind of back and forth. But it's like I said, it had not been for what I had learned about mindset, I wouldn't have been able to navigate the stuff that had happened in my life in a way that was positive and inspiring to other people. And I feel like we go through stuff so that we can help somebody else who's going through the, potentially the same thing, but not if we're not able to overcome it. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't have been able to kind of get past those things had it not been for the personal development.
That's so great. Yeah, and I was even just talking with a potential new coach who may join our team soon, and he felt like he had nothing to offer. He felt like he was a mess, that nobody would take him seriously, that that he would not be a motivator to anyone. And I said, look, all I ask of you is that you have faith in what you're doing, that it's going to be helping you, and you have faith that it can help other people too, and that you can be inspiring other people just by being the example of making that commitment and sticking to it. So that's all it's about.
You can help people in your mess, because people aren't looking for perfect. Perfect is boring. Like, who wants perfect? People are looking for what I call the Me Too moments. When you share something about your life and a struggle that you're having, other people are going, oh my goodness, me too. And so they want to be on that journey with you. They don't relate to somebody who has their act together. They relate to somebody who's kind of like tripping and falling along the way, but you inspire them. So you always have something to share, no matter how messed up you feel like you are. There's always some benefit that you can give to somebody else.
Yep, you're always offering that hope. That's all good. Okay, cool. Thank you so much, Mindy. You have so many great things to say. And,
oh, you're welcome.
And I want to hear now from a fairly new coach on our team. I mean, Cherish has been coach for 5 years, Mindy's 6, I'm 7, and you'll hear from Bridget, who's been there longer than all of us. But Chris Summers is a fairly new coach, and I would love to hear his perspective. He suggested that he could talk just about the way that we are actually changing people's lives, and so I'm intrigued to hear your perspective on it, Chris. So are you unmuted? There?
I am now.
Okay, you're good. All right. So what can you tell us? What's been your experience so far in the past few months?
Yeah, so I became a coach, just a discount coach. Wasn't interested in doing the business in January only. So I've only a couple of months in. And I started out just thinking, okay, maybe I'll get in shape. Maybe this will help a little bit. And what I found out is it helped me a lot, not only in my fitness, but in my mental attitude towards life. Everything that I did, I felt like I was doing with vigor. So really, I mean, the last couple of conversations we just heard, that's what's motivating me, is watching people change, people grow in their lives, both physically, mentally, their awareness of their environment. So that's really what's turning me on, and made me decide to actually pursue the coaching opportunity. I see people out there that were where I was. I just posted a picture on my site today, to where a picture of me when I was about 30 pounds heavier, and I'm looking at that just going, wow, and how many people were in that same situation or are in that same situation right now, and could be feeling the life changes that I am. Just a few months, my whole attitude changed. And that's really what I want to do. I want to bring that to other people so they can kind of turn their lives around a little bit. Now, I know I'm not some big self-help guru or anything like that, but you know what, if someone follows me and watches what I'm doing and decides that they want to do it too, and they lose a few pounds, maybe they don't stick, maybe they never become a coach, who knows what might do. But at the end of the day, if I somehow helped them gain a little bit of momentum, maybe they start reading the personal development. Maybe they start getting out there and meeting new people. Maybe they have a little bit more confidence than they had before to tackle a big project or a situation that came up that they wouldn't have been able to face before. That's what really drives me. So at the end of the day, fitness is great, and and health. I mean, I like to separate the two words, health and fitness, and look at the health side of things, both mentally, physically, and so on. And I think that, you know, we all have families, we have people that love us, and to be able to ensure that we can be the best us, right, for the people that love us. That's what's motivating for me. So in fact, I just signed a coach the other day, and he's just doing a fabulous job. And I'm just giddy when I see his posts and how things are changing in his life. And at the end of the day, you know, there's money. Yeah, this is a good financial opportunity, and there's the personal growth. But that little feeling of being able to help someone, that's where I get my fulfillment. So.
Yeah, no doubt. And I haven't really delved into your current background or occupation much, but are you working full time currently?
Yeah, I'm a full-time realtor in Salt Lake area. Yeah. Right.
Okay. So you're juggling the business with your day job and time sacrifices and all of that. But yeah, I can totally relate. I mean, I was working full time when I first started doing this too. But the job I had, I enjoyed it, but I had no idea you could be doing something that was actually fulfilling like this.
Yeah.
So rewarding. So that has made it so worthwhile. So, oh, that's great. That's awesome to hear that it has meant so much to you, and you're getting so much out of it at this early stage still. So, wow.
Yeah, and I just started P90X3 for the first time, and so I've been doing some other ones, and this one's good. It's getting me pretty good. So I'm excited to share the results with people as well.
Oh, that's cool. And so have you had the opportunity to go to any events or anything and meet any of the trainers or anything like that?
I went to Super Saturday a couple weeks ago, which was awesome. I mean, it was great. And then just 2-3 days ago, booked our airfare to go to Summit. So gonna head to New Orleans, gonna meet the people that have done it before me, and you know, that's kind of what I'm doing. Is I'm like, this webinar is perfect, right? I'm watching and learning from people who have been in the business for a long time, and there's no reason to recreate the wheel when people have already done it so well. So it's awesome.
That's great. Well, thank you so much, Chris. And for those of you who aren't familiar, Summit is what we call our national get-together every year. It's being held in New Orleans this year, and it's just a place where thousands and thousands of coaches come together. We do trainings, we learn from each other, we hear keynote speakers that are just fabulous. There are parties, there are get-togethers, and there are workouts with the actual Beachbody trainers live. So you work out with Tony Horton and Shaun T and Shalene Johnson and Autumn Calabrese and Sagi Caleb. Whoever's there, they have a super workout where 20,000 coaches are going to fill a city street and do a workout live. It's just amazing. So I hope if you're watching this, that gets you pumped up and gets you wanting to go. So
can I add one more thing real quick? Sorry.
Yeah, go.
I just want to say this, that, you know, I'm 48 years old, right? And been through some, I lived a pretty tough life. Let me just say that, from the point of partying and stuff like that. So the big message I'm trying to get out there is, look, if I can do it, another 48-year-old man, woman, whatever, can do it too. I think we use that excuse a lot. So really want to get that message.
That is so true. Awesome. Well, thanks for coming, and stick around because we may have more questions for you that we can come back to. So, cool. All right. So now I'm going to take a chance. Susie, can you hear me? Okay. We can't hear you. I'm still trying to make this work. That's okay. I wish we could, because you look great, and I'm just trying to see if we can figure out at the top of your screen. Do you see any little icons for the mute button or anything like that? Okay. Oh, I think I heard you. Maybe say something. No, I'm not getting it. Can't hear. Okay. Well, keep working on it. I'll come back to you after one more person, okay? Don't give up. See what you can find. Okay, so I have also on here one of my best friends in the world is Bridget Schamberger. She and I are kind of like, we partner up sometimes, and we keep each other on track, we keep each other motivated, and that has been one of the biggest pluses for me of this business, is just getting to meet people who I now consider some of the closest friends I have ever had. So Bridget has been a coach for a while, and I asked her to come on and just talk about the actual potential for what this business can do for you in a financial sense. I mean, we know about the fitness. You can go anywhere and see all the amazing, amazing physical transformations. So we know it can do wonders for you physically. We've heard about just growing as a person and what you can do to grow and change and become more than you are. But now we want to know the nitty-gritty about what is actually possible as far as income with this business. And I see that you are muted, so make sure you take yourself off.
Can you hear me, Kathleen?
Yep, you're good.
Okay, thank you so much, Kathleen. That was an amazing intro, and I'm super excited to have the opportunity to talk to y'all tonight. I have been a coach since August of 2008, so I'm approaching my 9th anniversary, I guess, with this business, and I never would have thought it would have turned into what it has. It certainly has transformed my life and my family's life, both physically, mentally, as you've heard. The community of people that we have around us that supports us is amazing, but also financially. I'm going to say 2 words: financial freedom. I want you to think about what that means. You know, Mindy talked a little bit about personal development. Because of all the personal development we do as coaches, you learn quotes, and certain quotes stick with you. And I remember reading some stuff from Zig Ziglar a few years ago, several years ago, and he said, you can have everything you want out of life if you help enough people get what they want out of life. And the first time I heard that, I thought, well, that sounds kind of selfish. Like, if I'm going in this just to get everything I want out of life, that doesn't seem like good intentions. But the more I got to thinking about it is, we have products that can truly change a person's life, that can truly add days and months and years to their life. And not only that, but improve the quality of their life. Who doesn't want a better life, right? We all do. On the business side of things, we have something that can change people's life from a financial standpoint. So when you talk about financial freedom, I think sometimes we get this grandiose idea that we just cannot accept that we can do for ourselves. And I think we think in terms of, like, my coach, Julie, who brought several of us on this call into this business, she was able to pay off her house, pay off her mortgage, fund her college, the college funds for her daughters, those kind of things that seem so, can't quite fathom it or think that we can do it ourselves. So I want you to think about financial freedom in steps. If you could start earning money that would pay for groceries, doesn't that give you a little more freedom? Then if you start earning enough money that you can make your car payment, how about that? I will never forget the day that I was getting my Beachbody paycheck, which happens to be on Thursdays. We get paid on Thursdays. And I realized that the previous 4 weeks, what I'd made with Beachbody paid for my 2 boys' preschool. They're now 12 and 10, so that's a moot point. But at the time, I had 2 boys in preschool that all of a sudden, this retired civil engineer was now making enough money as a stay-at-home mom to fund their preschool. And it just starts to grow from there. And it was truly just out of helping other people get what they want out of life, helping them reach goals that were important to them. And that's really the thing. The sky's the limit with this business. And when you wake up one morning and realize the time that you put in helping others truly with your heart and changing yourself physically, emotionally, mentally, environment for your family and all those things, and you wake up and you realize, I have made enough money to make our house payment for the month. And maybe you made that much in a week. And I do have to say, to be careful, that Beachbody guarantees no level of success. It's totally dependent on the amount of work and the skill that the coach uses when they perform work. We have to say that because there is no guarantee. It's one of the great equalizers in the world where you truly are where you deserve to be in this business. So, Kathleen, I hope that was a good enough talk about financial freedom for you. Of course, I'm here and willing to talk.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. And and you have seen it all. I mean, you have seen coaches start off. We all start off at the same point. We all start off at 0, and you have seen people become millionaires from this business. Am I right? So yeah, pretty incredible. So thank you very much for the insight. And if anybody has questions about how the income actually works. You know, you just have to understand the system a little bit, but it's not complicated, and it's very generous. And so ask questions if you have them. So I'm going to give Susie one more shot. Are you there, Susie? I cannot hear you. No, can't hear you. That is okay. She's got her notes. I tell you what, next month when we do the same webinar again, you are the first one I'm going to call, okay? I'm so sorry, it's just not working out, but we'll figure it out. Anyway, Susie was going to come on and talk about our challenge group, so I'll just mention a couple things about it, and then next month she can expand on it. But essentially, we form private groups on Facebook. That's how we go about it. We also have an app that we can use if people are, you know, some people love to be on their phones and use an app. Either way, we have people, and there are all sorts of groups that we can use. It depends on what your focus is. It can be a free group that focuses just on healthy eating. It can be an intense group where we are going to make progress and everybody's doing a Beachbody workout and drinking Shakeology and checking in every day. The cool part is you can do whatever you want as a coach. This is your business, and you can run whatever kind of groups you want to. We have all sorts of trainings. They're awesome. They are the best I've ever seen in any industry I've been in, and they will lead you through hands-on what to do while you're learning how to do it. But ultimately, you have complete freedom to run your business the way you want to. So that is the cool thing about the challenge groups. And we talk to people. Once we figure out that, hey, we can be doing something to help them in their lives, then we invite them to be in one of our groups. It's as simple as that. And we just do that as much as we want to for the amount of time we want to put into the business and the amount we want to get back out of it. And that is essentially the way we operate. And so the challengers in these groups, they end up having success because they've got that group supporting them, and they've got you coaching them. And when they do have success, then they realize, hey, I want to turn around and pay this forward and start a group of my own. And they become a coach, and it just snowballs from there. So this business is just so fun that way. You get to be such a part of a positive community and a positive movement going on. So that's why we do it. And I would like to, at this point, we're a little over time that I wanted to spend. So does anybody else on our panel have anything they want to add? I think you guys did great covering all the topics that I wanted to bring up. But otherwise,
I'll just say, you know what, to whoever's listening and watching this, just give it a shot. I mean, even if, you know, if it doesn't work out, at least you tried. And, you know, it is an amazing opportunity. And I'm new to Beachbody, but I believe in it already. So. Oh
yeah, it's hard not to. Thank you, Chris. Exactly. And yes, I will have to say, give it a shot. Make that commitment. If for some reason it's absolutely not working out for you, then you have total freedom to cancel whatever it is. You know, if you're on an automatic shipment, you can cancel it. You can even cancel being a coach. You can get your money back. So there's no risk involved, you guys. I mean, and it turns out to be probably the best decision you'll ever make. So, okay, thank you very, very much for joining us. And that's going to be it for us tonight. Thank you to all of my friends that were helping present. And if you're watching, I hope that we will see you on our team page very soon. So thank you very much. Post any questions you still have, and we'll get back to you. But thanks a lot, guys.
Go Beachbody.